You've probably been told your whole life that Earth is floating in space, held in place by gravity, like some invisible hand stopping it from falling away. That idea feels comforting. It's also completely wrong. In space, there is no up or down. No left. No right. No floor and no ceiling. There is nothing beneath Earth, nothing above it, and nothing for it to fall onto. You could travel in a straight line for hundreds of millions of light years and never hit a wall. So here's the unsettling question no one asks. If there is no down, why doesn't Earth drift away? Why does it obediently circle the sun year after year without escaping? The answer is far stranger and far more terrifying than the idea of gravity pulling things down. Because Earth isn't floating at all. It's trapped. The sun has carved an invisible pit into the fabric of the universe itself, and Earth has been spiraling inside this pit for 4.6 billion years without ever climbing out. This pit has a name: spacetime curvature. And once you truly understand it, you'll never look at gravity or reality the same way again. For centuries, humans believed gravity was a force, an invisible pull acting across empty space. That idea came from Isaac Newton. Legend says an apple fell on his head and made him wonder why it fell downward instead of drifting sideways or floating away. His conclusion was revolutionary: Earth pulls objects toward it. Newton was right about the math but not the mechanism. He never explained what gravity actually is, or how it can act across empty space, or how the sun pulls on Earth across 150 million kilometers of nothingness. That mystery haunted physics for more than 200 years. Then in 1915, Albert Einstein did something radical. He said gravity does not exist, at least not as a force. What we call gravity, he argued, is actually the result of space and time themselves being warped. That single idea shattered our understanding of the universe. To understand this, forget planets for a moment. Imagine stretching a bedsheet tightly across a frame. Now place a heavy iron ball in the center. The sheet bends downward, creating a deep depression. The heavier the ball, the deeper the dent. Now place a small marble on the sheet. It doesn't stay still. It rolls toward the depression not because it's being pulled, but because the surface beneath it is curved. Give that marble a sideways push, and instead of falling straight in, it begins to circle the iron ball. That's not just an analogy. That is literally how gravity works. The sun is the iron ball. Its mass, 330,000 times heavier than Earth, presses into spacetime itself, creating a massive curvature. Earth is the marble. It's not being pulled inward. It's moving forward through curved space. But here's the strange part. In curved spacetime, straight paths don't stay straight. They bend. And when motion bends just right, it becomes an orbit. Earth is not being dragged by the sun. It is falling forward forever. When Einstein proposed this, scientists were skeptical. So they demanded proof. And in 1919 they got it. During a total solar eclipse, astronomer Arthur Eddington measured the position of distant stars near the sun. The stars appeared shifted. Why? Because their light bent while passing through the sun's curved spacetime. Light always travels in straight lines, unless space itself is curved. That observation confirmed Einstein was right. Gravity wasn't a force. It was geometry. But here's the next terrifying question. If Earth is sliding toward the sun, why doesn't it fall in? The answer is speed. Earth is moving sideways at 29.8 kilometers per second. To put that into perspective, a bullet travels at about 1 kilometer per second. Earth is moving 30 times faster than a bullet. That sideways motion is the only thing keeping us alive. If Earth suddenly stopped, it would plunge straight into the sun. In about 65 days, our planet would be completely destroyed. But that will never happen because space offers almost no resistance. No air, no friction, nothing to slow Earth down. The speed Earth gained billions of years ago is still with it today. So where did that speed come from? To answer that, we have to rewind time 4.6 billion years. Before the sun existed, there was a massive cloud of gas and dust called a primordial nebula. Under its own gravity, it began to collapse, and as it collapsed, it started to spin. This happens because of a fundamental law of nature called conservation of angular momentum. Once something starts spinning, stopping it is incredibly difficult, like a figure skater spinning faster when pulling in their arms. As the nebula collapsed, it spun faster and flatter. The sun formed at the center, and the planets formed from the spinning debris. Earth wasn't pushed into motion. It was born spinning. But speed alone isn't enough. Earth survived because it landed in a narrow cosmic sweet spot. Too fast, and it would have escaped the sun, becoming a frozen rogue planet. Too slow, and it would have fallen into the sun and been vaporized. Only objects with the right speed survived. Everything else was eliminated. Earth exists not because it was chosen, but because it wasn't destroyed. Newton imagined this long before Einstein. He pictured a cannon on a high mountain firing a cannonball horizontally. If the speed was slow, it would fall to the ground. Faster, it would fall farther. Fast enough, and the ground would curve away beneath it. The cannonball would keep falling but never hit Earth. It would orbit. That's exactly what Earth is doing around the sun, constantly falling but never landing. Earth's orbit is nearly a perfect circle and incredibly stable, but not eternal. Earth is slowly drifting away from the sun at about 1.5 centimeters per year. That won't matter for a very long time. The real danger lies in the sun's future. In about 5 billion years, the sun will expand into a red giant. Mercury and Venus will be consumed. Earth may survive the expansion but not the heat. Our planet will become a lifeless wasteland. So why don't we feel any of this motion? Because motion only feels real when it changes. Earth moves smoothly and uniformly. Everything, the air, the oceans, the mountains, and your body moves together. Like sitting in an airplane at cruising speed. There's no sensation of motion unless it accelerates or slows down. So here's the truth. Earth isn't floating. There is no down. Gravity is not a pull. The sun bends spacetime. Earth slides through that bend. And for billions of years, this delicate cosmic balance has given us stable seasons, liquid water, and enough time to wonder why we exist at all. We are passengers on a planet racing through space at 30 kilometers per second, and somehow, against impossible odds, that ride feels perfectly still. Like, share, and subscribe for more cosmic wonders.